This is classified information. It's a weapon system.
Using a graphic prop to illustrate new details from America's breathtaking security breach, today politicians again questioned those involved in a group chat about attacks on Yemen, to which The Atlantic magazine had been accidentally added.
The conversation was candid and sensitive, but as the President National Security Advisor stated, no classified information was shared.
The idea that this information, if it was presented to our committee, would not be classified, y'all know is a lie.
Despite The Atlantic publishing all the messages today, America's Defense Secretary doubled down.
My job, as it said atop of that, everybody's seen it now, team update, is to provide updates in real time. General updates in real time, keep everybody informed. That's what I did.
But these messages show Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth had indeed posted operational details about the timing of strikes and that F-18 jets and MQ-9 drones would be used. One message by National Security Advisor Mike Waltz gave further details. He wrote, "The first target, their top missile guy, we had positive ID of him walking into his girlfriend's building, and it's now collapsed."
But I don't text them.
It was Mike Waltz who inadvertently invited a journalist into this highly sensitive text chat, forcing him to say this.
I take full responsibility. I built the group.
These kinds of discussions normally would happen in the Situation Room itself.
But the man who used to run the White House Situation Room told me that should be the forum for sensitive discussions with secure communications used to link people to it.
During my time there, we brought Secretary Kerry into a secure meeting with the president from his sailboat tootling off the waters of Martha's Vineyard. So it can be done. It's not hard. Perhaps it's not as convenient as reaching into your pocket and pulling out your unclassified phone, but that shows to me a level of carelessness, perhaps a level of arrogance.
Tonight, Donald Trump reverted to a familiar refrain.
Look, it's all a witch hunt. Here we are talking about some of the greatest business deals ever made. The greatest companies in the world are moving into the United States, and you want to ask about whether or not Signal works. I don't know that Signal works. I think Signal could be defective, to be honest with you.
The White House is playing down these messages, saying they contained no names, no locations and no targets. But this was still a discussion about an imminent military strike, which should have been conducted in the utmost secrecy. And certainly not in a group chat on a mobile phone with a journalist accidentally included. Dan Rivers, News at 10, Washington.
And Rohit is here to talk about all this. Look, we share so much sensitive intelligence with the Americans, don't we? How serious do you think this is? I mean, do you view it as classified material, not classified? What's your view of it?
Yeah, I mean, there's a clear consensus in the intelligence community in the US, but also in the sort of people we've been speaking in the national security space in other countries as well, that this was absolutely classified information. And not just that, but the denials today from the National Security Advisor, the Defense Secretary, the Pentagon, the White House are pretty absurd. Given the new information that was published today, we now know that they were discussing the sequencing, the timing, the locations, the hardware that would be used for this attack. And what we know is that the Houthis, we've seen this ourselves on the ground reporting in Yemen in the last few months, that the Houthis have the motive and the capability to try to thwart an attack like this. They have a sophisticated air defense system. That was said actually by the US National Advisor just a few days ago. He was warning about the sophistication of their air defense system. And so, yes, this was very clearly a serious breach. But to add to this sense of kind of almost incompetence, there are two stories being published tonight, one in Germany, one in the US, about the mobile phone numbers, passwords, emails of some of that top Trump national security team being available online for anyone to see. And so the sense here clearly is that this is a team that is talking about treating classified information sensitively, but can't even protect their own passwords.
That seemed pretty extraordinary. Rohit, thank you very much.